What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another break on this Wednesday evening. Apologize for the little bit of delay on this one. We did a surprise whatnot show, and we were getting that cleaned up and everything organized, but appreciate y'all. Looking forward to doing this one. It's been a while since I've done a hockey break, so excited to do it. And after this, guys, we have our AEW break. The brand new release that just sold out as I was going live for this one. So look forward to that next. All right, I've got the 4 individuals in this break tagged. Go ahead and give you guys a couple of seconds to see those, and then we'll hop into our browser and get the teams randomed. All right, let's do this. We've got the names here first. 32 entries. Michael Pelote on top. Jeremy Hill on the bottom. Going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 4 exactly, so we're good there. 2, 3, and 4. Michael Pelote on top. Michael Pelote on the bottom. Going to go ahead and get that reflected onto your screens here. There we go. And then we've got the teams here. We've got the Anaheim Ducks on top and the Winnipeg Jets on the bottom. Same 32 entries. Once again, going to roll the dice. Anything less than 4, we roll again. Got a 9, so we're good there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Winnipeg Jets on top. Washington Capitals on the bottom. Go ahead and get that reflected onto your screens and then start the trade timer. It does not count on the Bowman U. Actually, I don't think it counts on the Bowman U Blasters because technically that's not a break. But if you use that code on the, it'll be a spot for like gift card or discount code. If you use that, it definitely will work on that Obsidian RTR. And I would try it on the Blasters. Technically, that's a personal break, so I'm not sure if it works because we set it to just work on normal breaks, but it's worth a shot. All right, got those spacing fixed there. And then we're going to go ahead and get the trade timer started. 5 minutes on the clock starting now. While the trade timer is ticking, I'll get the verification codes posted for everybody.
What a transition though, because your character was like this badass wrestler, to then you became one of the greatest comedic characters of all time. Where did that shift?
All right, verification codes have been posted with just about 4.5 minutes left on that trade timer. Plenty of time if you do want to swap teams.
Wasn't taken to the initial babyface team. I was kind of like just thrust, So they said, okay, we're gonna have to turn him heel, and if that doesn't work, see you later, repackage. And immediately upon turning heel, Vince found it very funny, because once I did my first heel promo.
All right, just about 3.5 minutes left here, getting down to our halfway point.
There was actually no competition for a long time in terms of the comedic, comic relief character. R-Truth a little bit at the time, he's kind of doing it now, but at the time there was really no long time, I just kept quiet. Everybody was drawing attention to it, but there was no competition.
There's a whole compilation of mine of getting other wrestlers to break character.
Oh yeah.
Who's your favorite to get to break?
Probably John.
All right, we are now at our halfway point. 2.5 minutes left on the trade timer.
Conventions and we can't call him John Cena, but for like the last 15 years we call him John Cena, and like it's changed the way a lot of people speak to him. But it was just so sudden. Pop was just kind of just caught himself. But it actually became a goal of mine to try and pop everybody.
I feel like you popped Vince during a little backstage promo. A little smirk at least from him.
Yeah, the Donald Trump thing when Santina got hired.
All right, let's see it. I know I'm hoping for a Macklin Celebrini. Those are for sure worth a mag. At least one or two.
Mastrio.
So in my phone is actually a vape Mastrio.
Where do you come up with these?
I don't know, man. My dad actually will mispronounce people.
All right, guys, less than a minute and a half, just about a minute and a half, actually, I should say, on the trade timer. Still a little bit of time if you're interested in swapping teams, but it's getting down to the wire.
I appreciate it.
Chris Jericho was doing kind of like that, but more like in an insulting way. Like when Chris Jericho would call people like Kirk Angel, Chris Benoit, but he was doing it like to insult them. You were doing it like in this oblivious manner.
All right, just about 60 seconds, just a tiny bit over here.
At what point did you go, okay, well, this is kind of funny. Vince is kind of into this. When do you go all in? Like, all right, I'm doing this thing. Whatever they pitch to me, I'm in.
Yeah, my philosophy was always if you're given lemons, you get lemonade, and this is going to be the character, then I'm going to be the funniest guy I can be, and you have to be very giving.
Last 60 seconds here.
Santina got beaten a lot, and you can't take it personally. It's a show, it's not real competition, and I was known for being very giving in matches in general.
Last 30 seconds. Like I said, after this, we have the AEW break. That sold out right as we were going live on this one. And then whatever is next, don't forget to use that coupon code. That's good till 8:30, so you get about 3 hours to use that 15% off on breaks.
Just that, what's the point? They chose that guy, whatever.
All right, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. All right, here we go. Good luck, everybody.
And I've already got the odds of this game.
Always forget the upper deck. Puts a sticker onto their hobby box and seals them like that. Empty box there. Got a nice Morgan Riley there for the Maple Leafs on the outburst. And our first Young Guns, as well as an Ooh La La insert.
Okay, so bad guys took the Cobra and they put it on their turnbuckle. So I take this horrible heat, just bleeding during the heat. And finally, I get rid of one guy and get rid of the other guy, and there's nothing between me and my partner. I'm in the middle of the ring. He's like,
Nice one there for the Rangers.
come on, now's the time. Go.
Looking at around 5 or 6 Young Guns per box. Nice Adam Klepa, Young Gun there.
So disappointed with that decision. And they didn't even laugh. They were like upset. And then I came back and Cena's like, well, that failed kind of thing. I'm like, no, that's funny. Anyway, a year later, I was in the same place.
Nice one there for the Calgary Flames.
Martin had England at the last day before I tried to. I did it again and I
Love to see a big auto as well. Obviously, Young Guns are the big chase in here. Got a nice upper deck canvas there and an On Tour insert.
And after the show, there was a gentleman named Carl who was friends with my coach, Mr. Nishikawa.
Nice canvas there.
It was always just a funny thing.
And a Young Guns throwback. Love to see those.
Next time I saw him, I was like, "Do you remember how to do it?" You know, and that was it. That was it. That was just a little funny thing between us. I'm guessing about 5 years later, I believe it was Atlanta. And I asked him if he in Cabo or Carlino. I said, "Hey, I'm there. I'm gonna try something." So it's like a jab, and clothesline, or whatever, punch, and then they stop. And without seeing it on TV, the audience immediately laughed. So
Another bang for your puck there. And a Young Guns Rutger.
he came back. I came back from the crib. He's like, "I would keep that if I was back."
A nice Electric City Alex Ovechkin as well.
And then one day I go to TV and
Can't go wrong with an Ovi. Now the record holder for most goals scored. It's crazy. I saw an interview with him from when he started in his career, and they were asking if he ever thought anyone would break that record. And he said, that's not a record that's meant to be broken.
And they're doing it with you too.
We've got a nice fluorescence here for the Las Vegas Golden Knights of Brendan Brisson.
That's brilliant, Mark. Is that the piece of merchandise that you made the most money on?
Yeah, well, yeah.
And a playlist there.
I was calculating the money, but I miscalculated, the percentages and everything. I thought of making like maybe extra $1,000 a day.
All right, let me get these base moved over. We will hop into the rest of box number 1. Nice heater there. And another Young Guns.
But one of the biggest compliments I ever had, he was telling this guy, he said, "Hey, when I was in elementary school, they had to ban the Cobra in my school." Like on the announcement. Because everyone was Cobra-ing each other. I'm like,
So good.
that's like, you made it. Like, pop culture, mainstream. Like, the Cobra has to ban. The Cobra's a
Cobra is a deadly move, right? Nobody can Cobra.
We got a nice UD Portraits Conor McGregor.
It's over.
And an Alex DeBrincat there on the Young Guns throwback.
look forward to putting it over. ATG had it the best times.
Loved when he played with the Blackhawks.
Myers did a flip on that was a pretty much. But no, I mean, Cena, if he takes the Cobra, he's not moving for half an hour.
I think it's up there with the people because it's a move that probably shouldn't be a finisher, but it's so incredibly entertaining. The crowd is so into it that it works.
Well, it's funny because when you're in school, they tell you Cobra is finisher that you can do to anybody. And this is literally you can do that to anyone. Chicken cut. And I mean, like, I could be 7 years old. Here somewhere, and someone says you're an old man. And out comes the Cobra and they give me just through. Chicken cut to the neck. And yeah, you do it forever.
What do you do to yell around?
Oh my God, so it's just, so I don't remember how or when it.
Another canvas there and another throwback.
All these years.
Also got a Brennan Othman there on the Upper Deck Portraits.
Where's yours? You know, it's different. But it's thought it was hilarious. So then when I tried to stop doing it, I actually did it.
Yeah, I think that was part of the gimmick.
And then I answered my mom, and I came back and no one noticed. But one day I tried to do like a different, little bit of a change.
All right, last pack of box number 1 here.
Two hands. So yeah, I dyed my hair back, the unibrow back, and then the speed walk was the same thing. Speed walk. Like, it was funny in the beginning, but this one
All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into box number 2.
But this goes back to what I was just saying. Like everything that he did, it got over. Like this silly, ridiculous.
Let's see, a mag for Michael. See a Macklin Celebrini. I would love to see a Macklin Celebrini Young Guns. Those things are hot right now. Empty box there.
WrestleMania 25 considered your WrestleMania moment? Yeah. A lot of you didn't even know.
Yeah, it's oddly enough that was my biggest WrestleMania moment. I was the captain of Team Teddy. I had a match with I had some match, but that was kind of like the spotlight.
What was the lead up?
Nice outburst there. Another Young Guns.
Right.
I was just trying to, I was battling the relationship. So the relationship dynamics was what we were at. I was insecure and I was showing men that happened. So I would dress up as a woman and lose that well. And the whole idea was just where the storyline was headed. It was good, but it was so funny that it ended up lasting months. I had to get fake lashes every day and all that stuff.
Got an Artemi Panarin on the Young Guns there.
How did you know what you looked for?
So the arms, I got fishnet stockings, and I cut off the feet. I put my arms, so that was like a crop top, fishnet crop top. Somebody made this for me. And then there was like pink Converse, and a bra, and I said, lady, excuse me, you have a bra that was 50 years old? This is very little itty bitty thing, no problem. And then, yeah, the bra was not a problem. And then, I rolled it. I had the strap. You can see the strap in the weight, so it didn't fall off. But I still have the stuff. I went to Hot Topic and bought it.
Was there any point where this thing hit you and you're like, "Nah, it's and I'm gonna wrestle as a woman at WrestleMania"?
Yeah, so my understanding, I originally talking about they're squeezing out the last bit of water out of a rag type thing. Like it's kind of
It's so weird seeing Patrick Kane in a Detroit jersey for me because I used to be huge into hockey. I was a huge Chicago Blackhawks fan when he was the star of the team. I kind of stopped the watching once he got traded. Him and Jonathan Tays. All right, look at this basement over. We'll hop into the second half of box number 2 here. We've got a nice acetate here going over to the Seattle Kraken. That one going over to Michael. There you go, Michael. Nice little acetate there.
You were able to move on from that, almost win the Royal Rumble, almost win the WWE Championship. That moment at WrestleMania, or sorry, at Royal Rumble 21, where it was like, the crowd really wanted to.
Yeah, and again, when I talk to guys, kind of around our age, that watch wrestling with their friends, they're like, we thought you were going to WrestleMania. You were going to main at WrestleMania. And they were like, we were good with it. We were good. It was like, okay. They kind of felt that the momentum was going that way. And then the elimination chamber, yeah. It's funny, I didn't really realize the magnitude of how I watched it back. Because even when I came back, she was like, I know what I'm capable of. That crowd, that was insane. They were in the back. I had like, a handful of standing ovations. And that was and I honestly thought that it was going to be the Osborne.
Couple more packs here. Then we hop into a box number 3.
Like the referee said, change of plans, let's make one over. Wow. And it's happened in the past. I just felt like I don't know how close it was. There
was something about you putting the sleeve on, hitting the Cobra, and like up to that point, no one's been down it. So it's like, well, this is it. We're the champion.
Yeah, so Pete Dunne was actually telling me that they call it, okay, call it a Santino spot. When you're putting together a match, if it is, how do you describe it? It's like a last ditch effort, so like a fake guy switching, and the guy's going to beat him, and you think, oh my God, he's going to beat him. And the whole idea is everybody in the
Got a
audience
backwards here of Michael Kressling.
is gonna win. It's a huge
Nice one there for the Utah
and everybody thought
Hockey Club.
that was it.
But from almost winning the Royal Rumble to then winning
So
this-
also interesting calling it Utah when it used to be the Arizona Coyotes.
You think you could have done that even faster?
I know I'm the only one that knows how to do it. No one's done it yet. That's a perfect example of giving lemonade. You know, when we were working on bowling, people like coming out and being I said, that's cool.
All right, let me get this base moved over. We'll hop into box number 3. Crack open some more top loaders here. All right, here we go. Box number 3. Good luck, everybody. Always forget they seal them. So used to Topps and Panini where you can just open them up. Empty box there. It's interesting. It's got a little piece of cut card there coming out of that pack. Got an Electric City here on the black parallel.
You've never seen a Josh Alexander match? Not what you're doing right now.
Man, every time he comes out, I feel like he's witnessing something special. He has that. And not the way students however he does it, like, kind of do like that. Because it's awesome.
It feels real.
Yeah, it's really real.
I was surprised that you were able to allow this into your route.
Yeah, so the big thing
eBay Air.
is somebody not reading has a habit.
Oh, we got another one. We're rich. 2 eBay Air 1 of 1s. That's cool. A Young Guns teammates here for the Anaheim Ducks.
Nobody wants to see it. I found out, nobody really wants to see it.
Really nice one there for the Ducks. This is the first Young Guns teammates I have ever seen, personally.
Hey, great news. Which makes it so I was gonna have a great time doing it. But the fact that I can be Santino Marella be the genuine article, not a knockoff. It was just guys.
I can't believe they did that. They renew everybody's trademark.
I wonder why. I mean, somebody dropped the ball, or maybe they did changes, or maybe they thought it's the point of really going with it.
But it's like a few
Got a nice Ethan Cardwell on the Young Guns blast there for the San Jose Sharks. Almost thought it was Macklin there for a second. But an outburst. Nice one there for the Sharks. We've got another Young Gun teammates here. Lane Hudson and Logan Malou. Really nice one there.
My regular boys, and if I'm doing a promotional video for an independent.
Going over to Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, some people.
If we were to have Santino pop in here for a second, what's your favorite match of all time?
Crack open another thing of sleeves here real quick.
was a blindfold match. It was here in Las Vegas, as a matter of fact, right? And I won the blindfold match. He became the champion. So I beat Jerry Jones. I love it.
Just like that.
What's funny is I'm going to check out. Let's see what pretty good.
You're not like Daniel Day-Lewis. You know, that character all the time.
Yeah, why not?
Style and substance in a GMC Sierra. What gets your 0.9% APR on these Sierra
We've got a Patrick Kane upper deck canvas here on the Thank You Patrick black and white. Really cool one there. Going over to the Detroit Red Wings. He was my favorite player growing up. Always loved watching him. Back when the Blackhawks were a competitive team. Fortunately, we have not been that way in quite a while. Got a Macklin Celebrini at a 99 for the San Jose Sharks. We're going to go get that one magged up. One of the big chases out of this set. That one going over to Michael. There you go, Michael. We finally got a Macklin for you. Only took us 3 boxes.
When she was a child, everyone just, this kid's like, good. He was just articulate. Her personality was incredible. So now all of a sudden, I have all this pressure. Like, I have to be able to nurse this. I have to be able to get her where she needs to go. She has all this potential.
There we go. Nice one there. Get these pushed back just a little bit.
So we had a very serious conversation when she was 8 years old. You're born to be a strong. I said, I don't know how to take you to Hollywood. I don't know how to get you there, but what I can do is I'm pretty good at this wrestling. And WWE, they moved. WWE just did it. So let me go become a professional wrestler. And then we'll make those connections. That was the plan. 18 years ago. And so I had to go out for a year, a couple years. And it was hard for us, both of us were very hard. But it paid off when she got sick. Not when I did.
She definitely has this in the back. When the camera's on her, whether she's cutting a promo or she's in the ring, you can see she has them.
Yeah, she got a promo when she was 11.
All right, let me get this basement over. We'll hop into the last couple of packs, then into box number 4.
So the next promo class, the end of class, I guess he thought, or I was just, wasn't serious kind of thing. But anyway, so the end of promo class, so yeah, she went in the ring and she crushed it. And it was like, those comedy movies where someone makes a speech and it's like quiet for 2 seconds, and then everyone erupts.
Yeah.
It was one of those things. And everyone that was there, Maurice was there, Bruce was there, anyway, like, because every time they always mention that movie. And gosh, it was amazing.
20 plus years later, you're a dad again. How different is it this time around?
Oh my god. So I love being a dad. I love being a dad.
Where'd you go to university? Concordia. Oh, wow, it's Loria.
Yeah. So between the second and third year, the outcome was poor. And my university was experience was very different. I was a national champion my first year. That summer, she was on the way. The second year, she was born in the summer.
I thought the same thing. I think they're pretty uncommon. I don't think. Give me just a second. I'll open this pack. I'll look at the odds. I don't think I have seen one in any of the breaks. I did some breaks of Series 1, and I don't think I saw a single auto. But I have the odds pulled up, so give me just a second, and we will look at that. I was just talking earlier. I wish more companies would, like, I get how hard it is to maybe facilitate those autos and stuff, but I would love to see more guaranteed hits in boxes. At least one auto. It doesn't even have to be necessarily an auto, but like at least one auto or memorabilia. It can't be that difficult to get your hands on it, especially with Upper Deck having the hockey licensing. Let me look here really quick. Dang, there's 9 autos on the base Snow Spray autographs checklist from Hobby Packs, but the odds are not announced. But there's not many autos, so that's going to tell me that they are very uncommon because there's only 9 total players in the entire set. All right, let's hop into box number 4. And most of them are listed either as SSPs or SPs. There is 4 players that are listed as non-SSP or SPs. Which is kind of crazy. I know sometimes they save some of their autos for like the higher end hockey, but why not throw some in here? Have some Young Guns autos. Got a nice Matt Duchene there. Nice canvas there. We've got a canvas Young Guns here. Nice one there for the Nashville Predators. Got an Adam Fox right behind that on the throwback ones with the nice art.
And it's actually bringing back memories of young. I hold my cuddling. It's weird. Like the last time I cuddled with young, So that was a little one. There's these stages.
All right, let me get this basement over, and then we will hop into the last half of this box, then into our second to last box. We've got a fluorescence here. 35 out of 150 on the gold for the Calgary Flames. Nice one there for the Flames. That one going over to Michael. There you go, Michael. Congrats on that one. Got a red fluorescence here for the Chicago Blackhawks. Couple more packs till our next box here. Let's get an auto, man. That would be exciting, especially now that we see they're not ultra common.
Everyone focuses on DDP, starting wrestling wins 35. This is the same type of story, and I don't think it's enough focus that you were later on in your career when you got that opportunity.
Yeah, I was 31 when I started learning.
That's amazing. There's so many people that are 27 that go, I'm too old now to go to wrestling school, so that's too bad. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, you know what? I had the ability to make it very believable in everything I did, and I just brought it to life. And there's a big difference when you play a wrestler or you become a wrestler.
All right, last pack of box number 4 here. All right, let me get this base moved out of the way. We'll hop into our next box. Empty box there. Let's get a 1 of 1. That would also be epic. I mean, we still got our 1 of 1 bounty going on. Nobody has hit it yet. We've got a nice black upper deck canvas Young Guns going over to the San Jose Sharks.
chapter version of those.
But it's funny, like I'm working with I'm laughing reading just really, really funny stuff. If you like comedy, Impact Wrestling is where I'm at, so that's where it's at.
With everything you've done in your career, do you think you've had a Hall of Fame career?
I don't know. People say
You're like, I hate this question.
my friends tell me like JT used to always say that. He's like, JT, stop now. You have
I agree. So we just did. That's why this one was a little delayed. We just did a Star Wars break on Whatnot as part of. We did like personals, and someone did hit a 1 of 1. It's not from the same case, so don't. If anybody's in that break, don't stress that. We opened a different case for Whatnot, but we hit a 1 of 1 Billy D. Williams Lando Calrissian auto, and it was really cool. It was a printing plate auto. It was the first also like classic Star Wars actor auto I had seen from that set. You got a lot of like the newer stuff, the offshoots, which are all really, really cool. But it was also really cool to see something from the original trilogy. Get one of those autos. So Michael, it is normally what we do is sometimes we will do random pop-up shows. So it wasn't like a traditional like wheel spin show or anything. We just kind of hopped on there. Let me get these basement over and said, hey, what do you guys want to see? We just threw up random stuff, hung out there for a couple of hours. Doesn't happen every day. We don't announce them necessarily because they're not like scheduled. They are a lot of fun when we do them. That was probably the biggest hit. We just did a couple of WWE blasters on there that we found hanging around. Did a couple boxes of Star Wars, sudden death for the whole box. And then we did some $1 pack starts for a couple of different products. But don't worry, we save all the big stuff for Mondays.
I'm like, it's coming. They say it's coming. But I hold on, it's coming. And I got someone from the Yankee like, I was the only non-signed guy, and I cashed in with RSP, I did everything. I had to borrow $40.
All right, 2 more packs, and we hop into our last box here.
I was like the definition of all in.
So with that
All right, let me get these sleeved and we'll hop into our last box here.
Yeah, there's an auto. You can't bank on being an auto. You have to really improve your you don't have to figure out.
Get that Macklin move back. Let's get a Macklin Young Guns last box magic to add to that. On our Monday show, someone requested for Whatnot. Someone requested a high roller wheel. So we did one of those and had some Upper Deck Black Diamond Hockey in there and pulled a quadruple Macklin Celebrini Diamond out of 99. That was a really cool card. And we've got a deluxe here of Matthew Brazil for the Islanders, 164 out of 250. Nice one there for the Islanders. That one going over to Michael. There you go, Michael.
A lot of students, I say, look, you got to train 4 times a week. Like, not willing to pay that price, just like the Louis Vuitton one. And that's the thing. If you're willing to pay the price, then you don't get it.
Got another nice Young Guns here on the Outburst for the Oilers. And got another Young Guns behind that of Nolan Allen.
Fans their whole life go to wrestling school when they're 18, 20, whatever it happens to be, and they've never stepped foot inside a gym like those places. But I'm just like, I don't get it. Like, you've watched wrestling your whole life. Maybe you're not going to look like the Ultimate Warrior, but you should at least get some cardio in you. You should at least get some muscle definition. Oh, that blows me away.
Yeah, I think so. Good question is I have a conversation. What do you think? You want to work the indies? If that which is a valid goal. And I had a female student that said that. I just want to work the Ontario indies. Great, that's cool. And when she got to a point where she was good enough, she now works the indies. And but if you want, you tell me, like, honestly, what you want to do this at the highest level. Doesn't have an understanding. Okay, let's do it. And if you're not changing your physique over a year, probably the most interesting as a student is you don't want it. So I give you a prescription. Hey, you're gonna work out this many days a week. This is your diet. And give you diets. Give them workouts. And if you don't do it, imagine going to the doctor and saying, "I'm not getting over this pneumonia. Take the medicine." No. Well, then get out of here. Go take the medicine. So yeah, we have that. What do you think of the that are going on right now? Like, two that come to mind right now that are very popular: Danhausen and Orange Cassidy. Yeah, well, Orange Cassidy, I had a conversation with Reese Gray. He got secretly got ripped there too.
That guy could work.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, let me get these base moved over. We'll hop into our last 6 packs. They do. I'm with you. I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, you'd think there'd be at least a couple more numbered parallels per box. Because like the most Upper Deck I've opened is the Marvel, any of their Marvel products, or even their DC Annual, and those usually have a couple numbered parallels per box. We've gotten 3, so 1 every other box, it looks like. Got a fluorescence on the red there. Man, I know every time I see one that's a shark, I'm like, oh, there it is. And then I'm like, oh, never mind. I mean, hey, they're still Young Guns. But I'm also, I mean, I know they're intentionally designed to be rare. But I'm surprised that we have not seen a Macklin. Because when I did a break of Series 1, we had like 2 or 3 lanes. So you would think it would be the same kind of odds with Macklin. I mean, you can't go wrong with a Macklin out of 99, but you'd think you'd see his young guns more. Then we got a normal Macklin Celebrini there.
I don't know. I'm gonna wrestle probably 4 or 5 times a year. My body's so
So we got a couple Macklin inserts at least. Not the young guns yet. Still got 5 packs. There is still time.
I showed up to wrestling already years and years ago. My judo was yeah, so my workouts now basically consist of exercises, strengthening, my hip flexors, my adductors, my glutes, it's not just chest and back anymore. It's always tibialis and all these other small muscles. I do want to do a training 40 minutes. So when I turn 50, I want to compete at a world BJJ for my age group. So I'm kind of trying to prepare my body to go look the
Yeah. I do like the Bringles. I think they're a fun, especially if you snag like a couple of spots. I feel like you have a very good chance of getting one of the slabs. We're working on, I know, some DC ones right now because we got the new DC annual from Upper Deck. So there should be some really cool slabs in there as well. That's kind of my alley. I love the Marvel stuff, but I'm a big DC fan, so I'm excited to do that one. Dang. I mean, that's... Sometimes you gotta sell when there's that comic hype, though, so I totally get doing it.
It was incredible moments of Boris. So I was kind of doing a question, a little comedic character. Paul Heyman.
We have one at our store I look at every day. I'm always so tempted to grab it. It's a little out of my price range, but we have the Kiss Comics number, or the Kiss number 1 from Marvel Comics, the one that they printed in their blood back in the day. It's such a unique comic that I always want to grab it, just throw it in the PC, but I'm also worried if I start collecting comics after already collecting cards, I'm going to have 2 addictions. Slippery slope real quick. All right, let me get this top loaded, get a couple of these sleeved, and then we'll hop into our recap. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. I felt the same way with Arrow. I really enjoyed the first couple seasons of Arrow, and then I kind of fell out of it. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of the DC movies. Obviously, the Christian Bale Batmans, but I feel like those were the last like really solid ones. In my opinion. Not that, like, if anybody loves those, there's nothing wrong with them. But those are my favorites. All right, let's hop into our... Which one are you talking about? The Kiss? There is all of our Young Guns. That is a stack of just Young Guns there. Ours is in a CGC, I believe a 7 on the Kiss. If that's the one you're asking the price on, I think we have it in the store for like $480, $490. It's a killer book. It's a gorgeous cover. All right, here's our recap. We got the Matthew Barzal there on the 164 out of 250. Then we've got the Fluorescence here, going over to the Flames of Samuel Honzek, 35 out of 150. And the Macklin Celebrini, 91 out of 99 for the San Jose Sharks. All right, that's going to do it for this break. Appreciate everybody for hopping on. Hope y'all have a wonderful afternoon. Don't forget to use that discount on the other breaks. That goes for about another 2 hours or so you don't want to miss your chance on that. Anyway, hope everybody has a wonderful afternoon/evening. We'll see you in the next one. Man, Michael, if I didn't have another break already sold out, I totally would. I totally would. But I don't want to keep them waiting too long. But I hope you have a wonderful evening, my friend.